You ever wonder which electrical wire is neutral? Well, sometimes as electricians it even confuses us. Stick around and we'll talk about it. So we're just going to take the wire, gently pull down. The cord is pretty much melted together. So there we have our finished end with our... Okay, so looking at this panel, we're going to talk about neutrals today. So which one is the neutral? Well, everyone's eyes goes to the neutral bus here, right here, with all the whites on it. Now, particularly neutral wires are identified as white in your panel or in a circuit. However, they're not always neutrals. So none of these wires that are in here are actually technically neutrals, and that's where it gets confusing. So the definition of a neutral wire is a wire that carries an unbalanced load within the circuit. So we always identify our white wire as neutral. Each one of these are hots, and this is for AC only. This is not has nothing to do with DC power, so this is for AC only. So each one of these is hot. So between the neutral and either hot, we have 120 or 110 volts, depending on where you are in North America. And 220 or 230 or 240 volts, okay? So this is the ground, this is the neutral, this is a hot, and this is a hot. We always identify the neutral as white. So what the definition of a neutral is it carries the unbalanced load of the circuit. So for example, if we have 20 amps on the black and we have 10 amps on the red, then it's going to carry back 10 amps on the neutral, the difference between the two to equal it out. Now, unfortunately, that only applies for 3 wires. 2 wires, which is your standard host wiring, has a black and a white and a ground, okay? Although we refer to this in the trade as a neutral, because we say it every day, this is actually called the identified conductor. So the identified conductor is to be white in the circuit and or gray as per our code. That's here in Canada. So this has to be white and this has to be black. There's only 2 paths to flow electricity between these two, unless it goes to ground and then it's a dead short. So with the identified conductor, this is where the electricity flows, and this is where it gets very confusing, because even though this is not technically a neutral, we'll refer to it as neutral on the job site or in the trade or slang term or whatever you want to call it, and that's where people get confused. But us as electricians know that the 3 wire or 4 wire or however many wire it is always has one unbalanced neutral. So in a 4 wire, we'll have the white, red, black, blue. The white is always considered to be the neutral. Now recently, our recent code cycle has changed so that we can no longer use 14.3 or 12.3 for branch circuit conductors. So we can only use from 10, which would be like a dryer or 8 gauge or so on, upwards to use an actual 3 wire to give that white, black, and red. The reason for this, and I'll show you a piece of 14.3. We used to use this for doubling up and saving wires on home runs to our panels. So we'd run a 3 wire 14 gauge circuit, and we'd have a neutral and a black and a red, and we'd pick up, say, bedroom plugs on the black and the white and bedroom lights on the red and the white. Because they do not make double pole arc fault protection, which is now a code requirement for all branch circuits that relate to outlets, we can't use this anymore. So because the 14 gauge wire doesn't have arc fault protection, or the 12 gauge wire doesn't have arc fault protection, we're not permitted to run 3 wire circuits, which sucks, because then it's 2 runs of 2 wire instead of 1 run of 3 wire, which costs more money to wire home. But of course, that's the whole name of the game. That's why these code update changes come, to keep the system flowing and to make things safer. So we're stuck with running this 14.2, which would now be on an arc fault. The neutral would be on, the identified conductor would be on an arc fault, and the black would be the hot. But I just slipped up there, I called it a neutral. So that's quite common is what we do. A neutral is anything over that has that white, that has a 240 volt circuit or so on. So in our bigger feeds, and I'll show you, like this sub feeder, this would be a number 2, I think, or number 1, so good for 100 amps here in Canada. this is the neutral, this is the red, this is the black. So in this term, this is actually called a neutral. So as you can see, that's why it can be actually so confusing. And in the panel behind me, we don't have any 3-wire feeds like we just discussed, so there's no neutrals. And all the wires are 120 volt feeds, the white ones, and the red ones are 240 volt alone. So again, they don't have a neutral. So that's where the neutral gets confusing. And just remember that the neutral is what carries the unbalanced load. So like in the 90s and early 2000s, when we'd wire counter plugs in a 3-wire circuit, you'd plug your toaster into one and your kettle into the other, and let's say one circuit was drawing 9 amps and the other circuit was drawing 7 amps. That's 2 amps a difference carrying back on that neutral of current, which isn't the case anymore because now we do counter plugs in 20 amp, 120 volt. I hope that helped clarify, as clear as mud as a neutral can get for you first timers and you electricians. But that's basically how it works, and we don't help any as electricians sort of calling it a neutral when it shouldn't be a neutral, but that's just a slang term that we use for the 120 volt circuits. There are actually neutrals, and that's what I was saying with the multiple phase circuits. Hope you like this video. That's it for today. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If you want to see more on wiring, you can click the link up here or the video attached, or the link down below. Come on over to our website where all of our videos are organized in a nice searchable fashion. Stay safe, and we'll see you on the next one.